One of my favorite parts of my job is getting to visit the animals at the local SPCAs. And today we're at Parksville SPCA, but we're not going to just meet all the animals up for adoption. Today, I get locked up.
The Locked In for Love fundraiser is a really fun event where we have participants who gather sponsors to support them while they're locked in a kennel for 3 hours with an animal that's up for adoption.
Hi there. Hello.
Maggie came to us as a transfer and required to have 21 teeth removed for dental disease that was very unfortunate for her and very painful for her. That alone, that one bill was $1,400 for this branch. So you can see where the need is. That's one dog in one shelter.
I have a fundraising goal of $1,000, and I'm only a quarter of the way there at $240, so it's time I reach out to some friends. Maggie, maybe I can get us both out of here. $1,000 is a lot of money, Maggie. Let's hope our friends can help us get there.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Todd. I'm locked up in a kennel and I need to raise $1,000 for the SPCA, and I'm hoping you can help me out.
I would love to, Kelly, but I'm in the middle of something really important.
Okay, I understand.
Good luck. Hope it works out. This is Sparta!
Hello?
Hey, Hall. I'm at the Parksville SPCA. I'm logged in a fundraiser trying to raise $1,000, and of course I knew I could count on my sister to help me out with a donation.
Oh, sure. I'll call it in right now.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Parksville and Quilting SPCA, this is Jessica speaking.
Hi, I'd like to make an anonymous donation for Kelly Robinson to be locked up even longer. How much would I have to pay?
Well, I haven't had the greatest success on my donations so far, but I'm texting my fiance, Steve, to see if he can stop by and help out. Hi, hon.
Hello.
This is Maggie, my cellmate.
Hello, Maggie.
Can we keep her?
Oh, babe, I think we have enough dogs, don't we?
Oh, you hear that, Maggie?
But I'll donate to the cause, though.
There you go.
Here you go, Maggie. There you go.
Thanks, hon.
You're welcome.
I'm so grateful to see the donations increasing online. We're at 42% now.
BCSPCA is a not-for-profit organization. We don't get government funding for our day-to-day support of caring for the animals in each of our community. So it's vitally important that we raise money through your kind donations, through fundraising, and that's why this event's so important today.
Though I didn't reach my fundraising goal, the good news is it's not over today. You can donate to the SPCA any day of the year, and that money will be greatly appreciated to help the local abused and homeless animals in your community. Now, I'm gonna go have a bath.
My husband and I emigrated to Canada in 2008, and on our first day in Canada, we found the Quilt Shop. I was drawn straight in by the display in the window. It was the colour of the fabrics. It was just like walking into an oversized box of gems. My name is Anne Hall, and I'm a quilting addict. And I actually like the really quite technical patterns. There's nothing more I like than a 54-page instruction booklet that goes with a quilt, because I think I can get my teeth into this. Most of my quilts end up here, rather than hanging in the house. The other side of it is the teaching. I absolutely love teaching. And I've had ladies who are not confident, and they've come in and thinking, I can never make that. And I remember thinking exactly that. And it's just wonderful to see them be able to create these masterpieces. I don't feel that I'm actually an artist in any way, because I'm good at following instructions.
The world 100 years ago looks nothing really like it does today. The means of transportation by boat was a crucial element in moving goods, mail, and of course people. The SS Sophia, whose home port was in Victoria, BC, ran up to Alaska every 2 weeks with hundreds of passengers, tons of food and mail for the 6 main centers it stopped at along the way before docking in the north.
What we've tried to do is we've tried to focus on stories which are really important for people not only within the capital region, but within British Columbia. And this, the sinking of the SS Princess Sofia, is by far the most important story, largely because it not only resulted in the largest loss of life, but it happened at a time in which it largely impacted the north. And when I say the Northland, which included Alaska, Yukon, as well as British Columbia, which were very much integrated communities at that time period.
That final voyage was on a Wednesday in late October of 1918. 3 hours behind schedule, the SS Sophia was only 4 hours into their journey when they encountered heavy winds while approaching the Lynn Canal.
What happens is this ship ran aground in Vanderbilt Reef. Then what happens is they send out rescue ships out from Juneau and Haines. There's telegrams going back and forth, radiograms going back and forth. You can actually follow this almost minute by minute, hour by hour, and find out back and forth, here's what we're doing, here's what's going on. So they send out a flotilla of ships to come out and save the day. Can't get close enough, because remember, it's in between these 2 rocks, right? And there's other rocks around the side, and there's really bad waves. So it's calm, you could have probably gotten close enough, but because it's all rough, if you get in close, these other vessels are gonna get smashed. So they say, listen, it's still too rough. We'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully the weather's better. We'll get you off tomorrow. And then very shortly the next morning, they get these messages saying, ship has turned on the rock. The bottom of the ship's ripped out because it was on a higher tide. Wow. The wind caught it on the side, ripped around like this. Basically, the bottom of the ship goes out. And they say, come get us. We're going down. Water's all over the ship. Ship is sinking. You know, God help us, basically. And that's the last they heard of them. This is the greatest disaster, maritime disaster in the history of the Pacific Northwest. That by itself makes for a story. It's like the Titanic, it's like, you know, the Lusitania. These are really great stories. The other part of the story was, how does a society, a large society, completely forget about something that's so fundamental? You know, this eviscerated the Yukon. You know, people died in huge numbers. A whole bunch of the people that worked on the stern wheelers, business people in the town, mining entrepreneurs, these people who sort of kept the Yukon going, they died all in this one day, and then the story evaporates. And so as a Northern Canadian person, I was like, why didn't the historians tell us this? Why didn't the museums talk about this? Why did the art galleries not have anything about this particular disaster? Over time, I discovered that people in Juneau and Haines knew more about it. The Maritime people, who were fans of the maritime history, they knew about it. But the society as a whole, if you ask people about this, I'm going to see an exhibition on the sinking of the Princess Sofia, 90% of people will say, what's that? The other 9% will say, I think I heard of something about that, and 1% will know the story. So part of what we were trying to do was to say, what happened? That's just by itself fascinating. It's a great story. But the second part of it is, and why did we forget this? And what does that tell us about how Northern society operated, other societies operate?
If I had to describe Bowser in one word, it'd be beautiful. We have the mountains. We have all of Georgia Straits come crashing in here onto the waves. You know, Bain Sound is just north of us. My name's Dave DeMills. People around here know me as Skipper Dave. I'm the owner of the Georgia Park store. My parents bought this in 1983. Georgia Park's been here since prior to 1928. People, when they drive by, don't realize how big we actually are. All these little side streets that go off the highway, there's little subdivisions up there. There was only 5 roads in Bowser back in 1957, and here we are like 60 years later, and we've got 1,200 addresses and a whole whack of roads now. It's got a lot of history. Mike the dog was in Bowser, the dog that served beer at the local hotel, which was kind of cool. He got hit by a car, unfortunately. We've got some eccentric people around here too, with new people coming all the time. Things and Stuff has been there about 8 years or so. People do stop in there and try and find treasures. The whole aquaculture industry is the biggest employer in this area, and a lot of people work in the shellfish industry. We have the local community hall, which has just had a complete refurbishing, which just looks awesome. We're really proud of that. Believe it or not, we have a university campus, we have a library. This is called Lighthouse Country because from Bowser you can see quite a few lighthouses. It's just a beautiful place to live. How long am I planning to stay here? I got no plans on leaving. I love this place.
The incredibly talented and local comic book artist Nevin Arnold invited us to his studio recently to see his first full-color edition of his creation, Calavera the Undead. And while there, we decided to geek out even more.
I thought it'd be fun, maybe me and you can create a comic book character doing an improv style. We have a couple of different categories here because we'll pick something and we'll create a character on the spot.
Sounds like fun.
All right, for now, these things will describe the character we're going to be drawing. So mine is going to be a male. So what's your purple say?
Mine is going to be a female.
Well, female, it's good because I can't draw females and apparently he can because Calavera is a female. Blue says, mine has power comes from an amulet.
Ooh. Mine is energized by yellow foods.
What's yellow foods? Like a banana?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I can think of. I don't know if I can draw an amulet. Okay. Sees and talks to spirits, ghosts around them.
Ah. I've got icy cold ice claws.
Whoa. A female, icy cold claws.
Eats a lot of bananas.
Eats bananas. All right. Giddy up. Actually, I think I have an idea what I'm going to do. We'll try and flesh it out. This is definitely not going to be a top seller. There will be no movie made from this character, I can guarantee you. I figured since I'm very poor at drawing hair, I will have a bald character.
Drawing hair can be pretty challenging. Calavera, for example, is bald. She just has bangs and dreadlocks. So I find that is pretty simple and fun to draw, but then long flowing hair has its own challenges too, for sure.
Your character gets power from eating yellow food, right?
Right.
So if he has ice claws, maybe he eats yellow snow. Pencil that one in.
Well, the yellow snow is a great idea, but what I went with for a yellow food to energize her, I went with a frozen corn theme.
I decided to put the amulet on his forehead because if you're going to communicate with ghosts, you probably have to use your brain. So my guy's going to have the power to talk to ghosts, communicate ghosts, but he also captures them, and that's how he uses them.
If she did make it into one of the comics, she would probably get killed pretty quick.
This is similar to like whose line is it anyway? You know, whose line? We're drawing lines, and it's all improv. This is a great exercise for the mind, I think.
I agree. It's fun. Spontaneous creativity. Forced creativity.
I like how you use the word forced. So Nevin, you think your character can kick my character's butt?
I'm not sure because my character is energized by yellow foods, so she has to be holding her bag of frozen corn to be powerful, so all your guy has to do is knock the corn out of her hands.
Or bring a hairdryer to melt the claws, right? You plug in a hairdryer, oh, ice claw's gone.
That'd probably
Last time I checked, ice melts in heat.
That would turn her into popcorn as well.
Nevin, time's up here, and I came with the Dead Talker. He has containment units in the back. He captures the dead by talking to him. He keeps them in the containment units. He has to wear a mask. It's a rebreather. That way, because the dead stink. So that's why he has his mask on. He's highly knowledgeable in the world of the occult.
I've got Macabre.
Ooh, that's a good name. Why'd you go with corn?
Bananas was the obvious choice, but
you can't take bananas seriously. That's the problem, right?
That's the problem,
Hey,
yeah.
Corn, you take corn seriously, right?
You think of monkeys when you think of
Exactly.
bananas.
So what do you think the chances of our two characters making a long-running, you know, comic book?
I think maybe they're so bizarre, especially together as a duo.
Ooh, a duo.
Power in numbers.
So here's a big question. Can Calavera the Undead defeat our two characters?
I think she could possibly defeat them both at the same time.
Really, at the same time?
Yeah.
We're not that intimidating, our characters?
They don't seem that intimidating.
So if you're looking for a conflict to get into, I highly suggest Calavera the Undead. Check it out.
Walking soccer originated in Great Britain. It's absolutely huge over there. There's over 800 organized teams. Over here, we were the first in Canada to start. My name is Rob Jonas. I'm the president of PAGOSA, which is Parksville Golden Oldie Sports Association. And we're here today to cover my pet project, which is walking soccer. The idea and the beauty of it is that there's no running. If you run too many times, you get warned a couple and then you get sent off for a couple of minutes. But the penalty of getting sent off for a few minutes is nowhere near the abuse you take for being caught. There's no contact and there's no playing the ball above your head, so the game is even for everybody. We've got all kinds of people with all kinds of life issues, and we're all equal out here. The only other proviso is you must be able to give and take the banter, and it's just a ton of fun with a bunch of seniors.
Matt Carter here for Matt About Town. This episode I'm down in the Cowichan Valley for what's going to be an incredible fundraising hockey matchup between Special Olympics BC Cowichan Valley getting ready for us there over my left shoulder and the BC Hockey League's Cowichan Capitals. Look like they're having a bit of a nap actually over my right shoulder. So we'll see if maybe they're be a little bit overconfident about this. And the two teams are facing off for their 4th annual fundraising game. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the athletes, getting involved, and finding out more about the Special Olympics.
Our guys have done a great job this year in the community, and they take it real serious, and I think it's something they all sign up for. Whenever there's something that comes available, they'll step up and really represent the Cowichan Capitals and the community.
We have a few games, but you know, this one is one of those special ones because we're playing against our hometown team, so you know, you don't get to do that very often, so for the team it's very special for us.
It means a lot for a community that supports us so much, and these kids who love playing so much, to be able to play with them, it's really fun.
I think this is just another example tonight of just a fun moment for the people here and everyone involved, and just enjoying the great game of hockey in the community, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, we're here with Troy McTavish. The Cowichan Capitals just traded, so I got to ask you, what stings more, the shot to the loins you took in warm-up, or being traded before the start of the game?
Well, you know, the shot hurt pretty bad. My teammates don't like me very much, so we're on a good team now, so thank God I got out of that Cowichan Capitals dressing room, and I'm excited to be with my new team here.
What's the reasoning behind the big trade?
Well, you know, Captain McTavish, he was pretty excited to go in net for us, and he wanted to, you know, stop a lot of pucks for the boys, and at the last minute we decided it was best for the team if we traded him over for some futures.
All right, it's opening goal going toward the Capitals. Tell us a little bit about the keeper there. He just ripped it by.
You know what? I don't think he's a very talented goalie at all, so it wasn't definitely wasn't too hard.
So how does it feel for you to be able to play with the Cowichan Capitals?
Really good. They're a local hockey team. Good to watch their games. It's nice to play with them.
Absolutely. They played well. You played really, really well. Some amazing saves. How do you feel you played so far today?
I'm okay.
All right, Amber, you've just come off the floor after your first shift of the game. How's the action out there?
Good. It's really good.
What does it mean to you to be able to play in this game?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to play against them.
Three goals for Amber.
So far, I feel that we are doing incredible. We're using a lot of the skills that we have learned over the years, and I think we're doing an incredible job.
This is our warm-up game for our tournament coming up for regionals, so figure out some kinks.
It's always that difficult, but we'll handle it.
I like that attitude. It just means so much to be out there working hard and having fun, correct?
Yep, having fun.
What does it mean to you to see the Capitals taking on the Special Olympians in a game like this every year?
They're just all having fun, and I think that's really good for all of them.
Absolutely beautiful shot there from the center of the floor. Tell us about your goal.
Yeah, it was good. I always know where the angle of that goal is. and I sniped it perfectly.
It was a perfect snipe indeed. You've been just tearing up and down the floor here. What does it mean to you to be out here playing hockey against the Capitals?
It is always nice, joy of for hockey.
And what do you think the chances are you guys are going to defeat them here tonight?
I have no idea.
What does it mean to you to be racing down the floor, getting a goal, and hearing the roar from the crowd?
It's thrilling, you know. It's you get that adrenaline going, and then you get the crowd going in as well, and it's just like one of those things like you're on top of the world sort of a thing, and it's one of the best feelings I could ever have.
Here at JJ Pichette, normally tending goal for the Cowichan Capitals, just scoring a beautiful goal against his captain who never usually tends goal at all. Tell us about that play.
Yeah, well, he robbed me the play before, so I thought I'd wait him out and bury one top shelf on him. So humble him a bit, I guess.
You're not too worried about your job prospects with the Capitals, though, watching Troy play, are you?
No, I mean, he puts on my pads, but he's not doing what I can do in there, that's for sure.
So I'm guessing that your strategy now is take away the bottom half of the net.
Oh yeah, this is a new style of goaltending. It's called the flapjack. So I'm just gonna try it out here quickly, and you know, my team's not very good. See here, one comes right there, save 100% of the time. So
if anyone watching here wants to know more about the Special Olympics program here in the Cowichan Valley, how can they contact you guys to find out more?
I would say go to our website, Special Olympics Cowichan Valley. If you Google it, it's right there. We've got our information for our program coordinator, Kirsten, and our volunteer coordinator, Lynn. Their emails are online, so just get in contact with us. We'd love to have people come out, more volunteers, people to play against. If there's any hockey teams in the community, we'd love to play against them just like this.
Rate your performance so far.
A+. You know, I'm the best goalie there is. So.
No. That was a pretty stellar save.
Mid-interview.
Are you thinking of switching to goaltending full time now?
No.
All right, well, here comes another shot. We'll see how it goes here.
Oh. That one's on you guys.
Okay, it's Shaw -1. I think that's fair. All right, we've come to the end of the game here between the Cowichan Capitals and Special Olympics BC Cowichan Valley. The final score doesn't really matter whatsoever. The fact is both teams were out here playing a beautiful game. One quote I want to say, the athlete oath for BC Special Olympics is, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in attempt." And I think no matter what kind of athlete you are, that's a great phrase, a great thing to mantra for you moving forward. For Matt About Town here in the Cowichan Valley on Shaw TV, I'm Matt Carter. Keep your stick on the ice.
They're so misunderstood and they're so beautiful. I'm Gary Allen and I operate the Swell Wolf Education Center. I'm the man who kind of speaks for wolf. I have 3 very high content wolf dogs. The wolf content in them is over 90%. Now these are not family pets. You're not going to take the predator instinct out of these animals. You have to learn how to deal with it. The wolves are a top predator. They're also a keystone species. With Tundra and Nahani Mohegan, I do a lot of wolf education. I've been taking Tundra into the schools. We've seen over 150 schools in BC. They really see the value of the wolf in balancing the ecology and the ecosystem. It's best left to the wolves and the prey themselves to find out that balance. We tend to mess those relationships up. Let's leave it to the wolves and the ungulates themselves. They'll figure it out way better than us.
What a beautiful day. The birds are chirping, and the best thing is the snow is gone. Yay! Awesome. Yeah, people are finally outside enjoying themselves again, doing all kinds of what kind of hobbies are people doing out here? It's a really good question. Maybe we should go ask them. Let's do it. Okay.
So what are your favorite island hobbies?
I like napping and I don't know, eating Nanaimo bars.
Eat Nanaimo bars.
I really like Nanaimo bars.
They are delicious, aren't they?
No.
No? Really?
I don't like candy.
Oh, it's not sweet too.
I think bird watching is big. People don't realize it, but it is one of the growing sports.
Voting on behalf of my son, it's napping, for sure.
Napping.
Probably eating Nanaimo bars.
I'm a big napper in the winter because of hockey.
Napping's really popular.
Napping
number 8. That's called happy hour for seniors. I've done that.
So you eat a Nanaimo bar and then you have a nap. Yes.
Yes, that's perfect. Sounds good.
Maybe taking selfies.
One for selfies.
I like hiking Westwood, definitely.
Hiking is always a solid thing to do. I do agree with that one.
Okay. Yeah. What are your top 3 island hobbies?
Kayaking.
Farmers markets.
Farmers markets.
Shoveling snow.
No.
Shoveling snow, really?
Yes.
I moved from Alberta to get away from the snow.
What do you enjoy about shoveling snow? That hasn't been our most popular one, I have to be honest.
I get to play in it while I shovel. Hey, you know what? The elders can't do it, so we just try to help out the older people.
So you have 2 more.
Eating Nanaimo bars.
Kayaking, definitely.
Bathtubing.
Bathtubing
would be awesome.
Have either of you ever tried racing in the bathtub?
No, that's not my kind of sport.
I did for 8 years.
You race?
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you have one more that you like?
Hike Westwood.
Napping, probably, yeah.
Napping and hiking Westwood were neck and neck, and napping has just pulled ahead. I noticed neither of you said wexting. I wonder why not.
What is wexting?
It's kind of awkward, isn't it?
I have no idea what that is.
I just completely wanted to avoid that one.
It's actually walking and texting.
No, we don't want to do that.
Oh, I'm not that coordinated.
Do you wext?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you injured yourself?
No.
Oh, good.
Not so far.
I was just doing it walking on the sidewalk in the park, but still.
Did you know that 2,700 people actually injure themselves every year in BC wexting?
Not surprising.
There's a lot of people no waxing here.
Do we have anybody here who likes selfies? You? Should we all take a selfie together, maybe?
Maybe.
Yay. 1, 2, 3. Well, the island has spoken, and we have our top 5 hobbies. In first place, we have
Napping.
napping. Now, I have to admit, I did not see that one coming.
No.
And in second place, we have
Kayaking, which is a little more reasonable.
And in third place,
Nanaimo bars. Everybody likes a sweet treat.
And in fourth place,
We have hiking Westwood.
and fifth place,
Bird watching.
bird watching. Oh, well, I have to admit, all this excitement is
Yeah.
got me
look at
feeling a
you.
little tired. Do you think you could pick me up in about an hour or so?
Yeah. Sweet dreams.